Hello everybody, my name is CandyAcidCosplay and welcome back to the letter. So last time we left off with our little Isabella, there was a journal entry in here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Last time we left off with Isabella, for a recap, before going to the Ermengarde mansion, Isabella Santos dropped by St. Gueretti, I still don't know how you pronounce that word, high school to check on Rebecca Gales. The former reminded the latter to take her flu medicine before leaving. On the way to the mansion, Isabella received a phone call from Ashton Frey reminding her of Zachary Steele's movie premiere that night. So basically, we are like an estate agent type person, and we were going to meet our friend Rose here at this haunted mansion that something about inheritance, something. I wasn't really paying attention, so hopefully we'll learn more of the backstory behind it. But basically, our friend is presumably in the attic, I believe. So we are going to go see if she's okay. But both Isabella and I are really not trusting this situation. I have a feeling that our little Isabella, and by default us, may end up dead. I think that Rose is probably dead by now, or worse. So yeah, basically we're going to go to the attic, and I really don't want to go there. My throat is pretty funky today, by the way, so I'm sorry if I'm not 100% on voice acting, but let's go to the attic. I have my Toothless plushie here to defend me. Let's go. The sooner I meet up with her, the sooner I'll feel better about being here. I carefully make my way up the staircase. My legs wobble as I mentally curse the fact that I've chosen real estate instead of picking a career that doesn't involve strange, abandoned houses. Oh, I feel you, lass. My hands are like shaking. I don't do well with horror at all. I really hope there's no big jump scares. Upon reaching the top, the grand hallway greets me. Oh. Again, like, the art style is really pretty though. I just hope this is like a prank or something. It branches out to the two major wings of the mansion, the east and the west wing. And there are two attics here, one on each side. But the east one has been converted to a strange room of sorts, and somehow I find it least likely for Rose to have wandered there by herself. Besides, she never did like going into stuffy storage rooms. So I head towards the west wing first, where a simple wooden door at the end of the hall opens to a small room. Inside is another set of steps leading to the second attic. Unlike the grand stairs, though, the stairs to the attic are steep and narrow, made of old stones and covered with a thick coating of dust that kicks up the air with each step. Thank God it's still daytime. If it wasn't for the light streaming through the door behind me, I might easily stumble and fall. With how old the place is, there are no light fixtures to illuminate the cramped passage up. Why they didn't bother to add one here when they renovated escapes me. Sheesh, they did it with the rest of the house. A small bedroom welcomes me at the end. It looks exactly as it did since the last time we've been here. Full of dust, worn out and faded by the time. Odd. I thought they cleaned everything. Did the crew miss this room? Ugh. Cleanliness is the least of my concerns right now. The more pressing matter is Rose. She's not here. Was I dreaming when I talked to her a bit ago? Did I mishear her? No, it couldn't have been a dream. After all, the creepy ambience of this estate is doing such a remarkable job of making sure I stay alert and awake. And I'm sure she said she's here. Is this a prank? Or maybe that phone call was Rose's last message to me before the curse got to her. Shut up, brain, you're not helping. Don't make this scarier than it already is. But if she's not here, then where is she? What in the hell was that? That's it, I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. We must have angered the spirits living here. I knew disturbing this mansion was a bad idea right from the very start. But nobody listened. Same, love. You didn't listen to me. I'm supposed to be controlling you. Oh, jeez. Be fucking realistic, they said. They think I'm cuckoo because I believe in curses and ghosts and all that. Me and my outlandish backwater country beliefs. I've always strived to be a model employee, but this time, no. I'm turning back for the sake of my sanity. Briar Realty can find another agent who is more fucking realistic to tour people around this haunted house. Before leaving, I take one last look at the gloomy old room. Please don't. Just to check.
Huh?
Oh Jesus,
What's
you
this?
scared me, Isabella. My worries about Rose's whereabouts must have caused me to miss it when I first entered the room. But there's clearly something on the floor. It looks like... the letter! Lying on the ground, just a couple of inches from my feet. Out of sheer curiosity, I lean down and pick it up. I'm expecting a jump scare any moment. Oh jeez. Strange. I don't recall seeing this here last time I was here. A few days back, me and a few other agents inspected the mansion to prepare for today. I had been the last one to look inside the attic and leave, and this certainly hadn't been here before. Someone must have left it in this room since then. Did Rose leave this for me? Was she here a while ago? I couldn't have missed her, could I? There's only one set of stairs leading to the attic. The letter isn't exactly in pristine condition. In fact, it looks rather ancient. The paper is so thin and rough, I'm worried it'll fall apart if I so much as touch it. But with great care, I open it, and what I read shakes me to my core.
What?
Ooh, shit
What?
dudes. Nothing but the words, "Help me," fills the page. All of it seemingly written in a crimson-shaded pen. I don't think that's a pen, sweetheart. Or blood. I gulp. The same phrase just goes on and on until... Send this to 5 people or else.
Send this to 5 people or else. Or else what? Or else what?
As quickly as I can, I scan the back of the paper and peek into the envelope to make sure I'm not missing out on a second page. But there's nothing.
No. Oh, please, no.
Oh, this is creepy as balls. My hands tremble as dread creeps over me. The room is suddenly getting colder. I need to get out of here. Folding the paper in half, the sight that greets me next has me frozen on the spot. A pair of blood-soaked feet enters my field of vision, covered in gaping wounds with skin eaten away to reveal flesh, bone, and all manner of things one isn't meant to see. It's too much. All of it is too much. I want to cry, call for help, but the words catch in my throat. Even my feet won't move, completely paralysed out of terror. Lord, please help me. Oh jeez, what do I do? Be brave and look up? Close eyes and pray? I don't want to be brave and look up. But if we close our eyes and pray, we're going to die, so we're going to do this. I need to face it. Whatever those feet belong to, I need to face it. And if I'm going to die? If they're going to kill me? At least I'll know what my killer looks like. A cold comfort. So, with a deep breath, I summon every ounce of courage I have in me and shift my gaze upwards. That is disgusting. You need a makeover, lass.
Please, don't
Oh,
hurt me.
jeez. Well, hello. Hello, lady.
No!
Yeah, I think we're gonna die. Without thinking, I scramble towards the door. I struggle to open it, but it won't budge.
Stay away! Go away! Please, Lord, make it go away!
Oh jeez. Why now? Why won't it open now? My heart sinks as reality dawns in. I'm locked in. Locked in with that thing.
Let me out! Let me out!
I'm so sorry, Isabella. Please tell me that was the right decision. It slowly approaches me as I wrench the doorknob violently back and forth. Violently. Yes! The door finally swings open and I couldn't have been happier. Wasting no time, I leap out the door and don't look back. My feet pounding against the floor in rhythm with the loud, fast beating of my heart. By the time I run past the hallway and find myself atop the grand staircase, my chest feels so tight like it's going to burst. But that's nothing compared to the feeling of hope the sight of the exit gives me. Racing down the stairs, a breathy laugh escapes me and... my shoe slips and I find myself falling until my back hits the ground and pain racks my body. No, Isabella! My head grows fuzzy and my vision dims as I fight to stay conscious. Isabella, no!
No.
Oh no!
Away.
Isabella! The last thing I see are those feet before all I know is the darkness. Oh, Isabella! Oh no, babes, I wanted to keep you alive. You were my favourite. A buzz breaks the silence. I start to rouse, pulled into consciousness against my own will. I've never felt this tired before. I just want to sleep, but the insistent buzzing, poking and prodding isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up.
Isabella.
5 more minutes, Becca.
I swat away at whatever is nudging persistently at my side. Can't I just get a few extra minutes of sleep today? I promise I'll work hard once I'm up. A hand lightly taps my cheek and something cold is suddenly being pressed at the back of my head. The icy sensation slowly spreads throughout the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling.
Oh dear, is she alright? Isabella? Isabella? Gosh, can you hear me? Isabella?
The fog immediately lifts from my mind the moment I recognise the voice and my eyes snap open. Oh, hello Rose, I thought you were dead. Another woman loiters beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there's someone else with her. Rose's posture just screams worry, although she's keeping a straight face. Or trying, at least. I can't help but feel bad for making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. Luckily, the feeling subsides after a few seconds until a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With a little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. She hands me an ice pack and gestures for me to place it where I suspect a small bump has already formed, if the light ache in the area indicates anything.
Alright, Isabella, where are we?
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
And the date today?
October 21st? Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12, no, that's
Well
wrong.
done, Isabella. You're my favourite. I love you.
Why are we doing this?
She's just checking if your injury is in any way serious.
Who is this lass? Who is this lass? She has black hair like the creepy monster thing did. It's impossible to overlook her. What with the way she towers over us? And here I thought Rose is already tall. I don't trust this woman. Who is she anyway? One of the remaining cleaning crews? But with how primly dressed she is, I don't think anyone would want to clean in a suit. An expensive suit at that. The gloves alone must already cost a fortune. Her eyes slowly shift between me and Rose, considering us with an almost unreadable expression, before finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. I can't help but fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. She may be from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looks like our supervisor during evaluation.
Just do it, please.
I eye them both warily, but recite everything as she has asked. Rose releases a breath of relief once I'm done.
You scared me for a moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance.
Feet are like really cold. It's freezing in my room for some reason. Better not be about to get attacked by a freaking ghost.
Are you alright?
Exasperation soon replaces the dull ache. The memory's a bit fuzzy, but the attic and...
There was someone, Rose. In the attic.
Someone? You mean a client?
Yep.
Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews. The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute...
No, not any of those. I'm not actually sure. Wait, didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
Both Rose and the lady look at me as if I'd just grown another head. Did I say something weird? Rose quickly casts an apologetic smile at the woman before the awkward silence stretches on further. in her saleswoman smile, the same one she taught me back when I was still her trainee. I should show this to troublesome clients, or just to avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she gives me when I've done something particularly absurd that may cause us to lose potential sale. Her eyes are serious when she turns back to me. She takes both of my shoulders, gently squeezes it, and with as much patience as she can muster.
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you. You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call.
I really don't trust this woman. I really don't.
Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really all right? What happened?
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry. I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's... whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open! We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose!
Perhaps it is a concussion.
Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work.
Oh. Wait. Hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale because of a minor bump in the head. An extremely minor bump. I've had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house, alone. And in a mansion this big?
Well, there's also the part where I may lose that bonus BRC promised, but that's completely beside the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I return the cold compress to her and push myself off the floor. I have to use the staircase's railings to steady myself, but otherwise I feel fine.
See? I'm A-okay.
The two of them exchange a worried glance, and Rose assumes a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation. If she says no...
All right, you in.
Yeah. A smile threatens to slip out from me.
If I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
Suddenly, a small cough sounds against the walls of the foyer, interrupting our banter. Sick banter. The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare making me shrink back a little on myself. She isn't really intimidating. Well, she is. But not in the scary negative way. Far from it, actually. Her demeanour simply commands an air of sophistication and respect. In a different world, a younger me would probably wish to have been like her. At our lack of response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in question. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it, and Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Mrs.
Miss McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch.
McCulloch. Interior designer, McCulloch, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if anything happens where you actually send an email to that address. It's obviously a Gmail address, but it's Xmail. She hands Rose her business card. The words interior designer catch my eyes before my partner flips it over. Oh, probably somebody interested in the mansion for its 17th century influences then. I won't hold it against her though. Despite the hearsays and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. I suppose some people find that trip to the past feeling appealing? After all, with what it offers, this place could also be a haven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic historical charm.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough. In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please...
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place. I thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
Rose's confusion is impossible to miss when she glances at me, and I return it with an equally perplexed look. And, against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to my mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
I should have kept my mouth shut. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah, right? I was hired by her to handle the interior design for their newly bought home.
Ah.
This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
It is, but...
She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. We'll check with our supervisor. I don't know, we'll check with her supervisor. Those few moments have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
What do you mean?
I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before. I may screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't learned a thing or two in the 5 years I've worked in the business.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She nods, seemingly in deep thought after I've finished. She appears to be a reasonable person anyway. Given the proper explanation, she'd surely understand.
I thought something looked odd when I arrived here. Excuse me, I think I need to make a call to my secretary.
Woo, you did it, Isabella.
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
Woo. Proud of you, my lass. With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell with pride. Still, I've already prepared myself to dial the number to our Luxembourg office and check, even if she didn't ask for it. I will be very frustrated if, for some reason, something has already been decided without my or Rose's knowledge. That's a whole level of unfair. We've been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss McCullough returns, looking a little frustrated but with an apology clear in her face. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here.
This is where everybody's going to gather here and everybody's going to die.
I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
Certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive.
This is where everybody's going to die.
And, Isabella, I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those.
Alrighty.
Can you please get it for me?
Yep. Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a set of keys.
And hurry! We've still got a few minutes to double-check those papers.
Okay, got it.
The two of them disappear behind the parlour's door. Their departure brings with it a stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. I'm just going to check our journal. New... While looking for her missing co-agent, Isabella Santos found a mysterious letter in the Ermengarde mansion's attic. Driven to fear by what she read inside, thinking it's the place's curse at work, she hurried to leave the place, only to meet Rose Cooper, along with a woman who introduced herself. Oh right, yeah, that cuts off there. Cool. Rose Cooper, along with a woman who introduced herself as Marianne McCullough, found Isabella Santos lying unconscious in the mansion's foyer before the open house's start. Unable to recall what happened prior, Isabella insisted on working, despite her co-agent's worries about her well-being. Okay, and then we have a relationship to look at. Marianne, oh, that's doing well. So our relationships with Rebecca and Marianne are doing really well. We don't have one for Rose, interestingly enough. But yeah, that's doing pretty well. Okay. Alone, like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose did say she didn't receive any call from me. Was it just paranoia? A temporary lapse after having heard all those tales about this place? Probably. I want to think of it as such. Better to think of it as such, so I can work in peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ, and if I am going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible. I don't know what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The keys Rose have just handed to me dig into my palm, its jagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard I'm clutching it. I hope we're not like, I hope we've not like got the curse or anything now. I don't know whether it's like a curse that affects people, like whether they turn into that thing or whatever, I don't know. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I've taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer closer to my body, I exit the house to get what Rose has asked of me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. Oh, jeez. Well, okay then, I'm going to leave this episode here for today. Well, that was quite an adventure. At least I've seen the monster now, and it isn't too scary. Just as long as there's not like major jump scares, I should be alright. But yeah, this plot is getting a bit thick. This is where all the people gather around and then everybody starts dying. We're getting into the Umineko-esque occurrences now. But yeah, next time we will see who else is gonna die eventually. But yeah, I'm really excited to carry on the playthrough. So if you liked the video, please leave a like, and I will see you guys in whatever video I do next. Bye bye!